All right, guys. For today's work, what we're going to be doing is going over bell work, the pictures part of it, and then going over China's World Quest Part 2, which is a new document. And I'll go over that after I go over bell work. So bell work, every day so far this week, I've gone over bell work with the words and definitions, must-have and examples, and now the pictures. So you can always go back to my Canvas page up here and watch that for the must-haves and examples there, and then definitions up there. Okay, so an image, very simple. I just typed in communism. I mean, any of these pictures would work. Probably not that one, but most of these would work pretty well. Okay, you could type in China communism. Okay, but mostly when we think of communism, we think of Russia, and that's where this all comes from. All right. Collective farming, same thing. I just typed in collective farming, and you see everyone coming together. Some of these images probably work better, like this one. Okay, that one image is probably the best one to use for this context. All right. Oh, hey. Okay. Revolution, same kind of thing. All these images work. Okay. When you think of the Chinese Revolution, you go type in China Revolution, stuff will come up. But a revolution is a revolution no matter where it's at. Okay. So any of these images would work. And then the last one, Mao Zedong. Okay. As you see Mao here. Interesting fact about China, they still kind of think of Mao as their leader, even though he's been dead for a while, like nearly 40 years. Okay, so any of these images, okay, would work of Mao. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one, just any of these would just pick one and upload it up to the Word document and then turn that in. Okay, so that's bell work. Now let's get to the China World Quest Part 2. All right, so this one is going to look like this. Okay, China World Quest Part 2. There is a video, 3 questions, and then a map or a graph, and then a reflection. Okay, so 3 things you need to do here. Nothing bad. Okay, so let's go over the video first. The video looks like this. Okay, so let me half screen it for you guys. All right, so in this video, this one's a good one. Okay, it's more modernized. Okay, if you can't get to it, remember up here at the top right, click on it, sign off, sign back in, and refresh the page. You should be able then to access this video. And if you do not, let me know so I can help you out with it. The questions you're going to need to answer based off this video is, what was Mao trying to achieve through the Cultural Revolution? So that is, what was his goal? Now, just like last time, I probably would do closed captions and then let him go. Okay, so kind of giving you the answers right there. It does do it within the first 40 seconds. He gives you the answers. They have what they wanted to do, like this is what they told the world, this is what they're going to do, is this, but then Mao was really trying to do other things to it. Okay, so make sure you get the right one, because there are 2 answers. He kind of says, so on the surface is not the ones you want. This is what he was telling the world he was doing with the Cultural Revolution, but he really was trying to do something else in the Cultural Revolution. Okay, so Mao basically lied to the world. All right, next one, the 4 olds. Okay, in this he's going to talk about what he was trying to get rid of. Okay, so yesterday he kind of talks about the Great Leap Forward here, how it caused the greatest famine in world history, and famine's not a good thing. Basically starving 43 million people because the Great Leap Forward, his goal was to be a modernized country. But what happened is pretty much everyone in China lied to him, and they couldn't produce it because they got rid of all their tin and iron because they were trying to produce these goods at an insane number, and eventually the farmers were starving to death, and he pretty much killed 18 to 43 million people with the Great Leap Forward. Some people differ with the numbers because of some people are old already, so did they actually die of famine or whatnot? And we don't know because China doesn't keep good records of who they killed. Okay, so it kind of goes in there. So if you miss that one out, but if you scroll to about 1 minute, you see here you start listing the olds. Then all you do is just list them. Okay, and the last one is, what is the results of the Mao Cultural Revolution? All right, you're gonna have to continue watching it. It's a very interesting video. He does a great job with it because in the Cultural Revolution, he basically gets kids to do his bidding. One of the reasons is, we all know, you guys, okay, kids your age and younger, are easily manipulated by popular things. What I mean by this is, most of you, or most of the boys probably, have seen something on YouTube like jumping over something or jumping over the roof, or they saw someone do something get hurt, and then they're like, hey, I want to do that. So they're easily manipulated. They think it's cool to do things like that or copy other things, and this is what Mao used. Okay, so he used little kids to achieve or try to achieve what he wanted to do, and the end up result was something bad for the people of China. Just like yesterday, the Great Leap Forward, what he was trying to do, what his goal was, and then the result was killing 18 to 43 million people. So this one, he had a goal, but eventually the result was something bad for the people. So keep that in mind when you're doing number 3 here, is how did it affect the people of China? Okay, so that's all there for you there. Okay, let's go back to this Word document, the Great Leap Forward. Okay, part 3 to this is just this chart. Okay, all you gotta do is just answer the questions. What happens to the Chinese intake of calories per day of the Great Leap Forward? Okay, calories is food pretty much. Okay, Great Leap Forward was right here. Okay, so during this time from 1959 to about 1962 was the Great Leap Forward. Okay, what happened to death rate? So look at it. Okay, calories is the blue, death rate is the red. So just tell me what generally happened during that time. And then number 3, how are these kind of connected? So why does the intake of food, when it goes down, all of a sudden the death rate goes up? Why would that be connected? Why would not eating enough food cause deaths to go up? Okay, so keep that in mind when you're answering those 3 questions. And then the last one, okay, this one, it seems long because I'm asking for 7 to 10 sentences in a paragraph form, but it's really not that long if you think about this. First one is, what is communism? Okay, and what are some of the policies? So the first one is, what is communism? So your first sentence, just write, what is communism? Okay, use the definitions in our bell work to help you out there. So that's one sentence. The next 2 sentences, or next sentence, maybe next 2, is tell me what are 2 policies Mao did. Trying to give you a hint here. Okay. All right. So what are the policies we basically have been talking about in the Cultural Revolution and the Great Leap Forward there? Okay, so that's pretty much 2 sentences, and then you just need to go and continue on for another 5 more sentences. Well, describe each one. So describe each policy, and was it good for China, and what did it do to China? So there's 3 things each for each policy. So that's 6 sentences total if you just answer those 3 questions. What was the policy? So describe the policy. Was it good for China? What was the result? Okay, what did it do to the people? So keep that in mind when writing that kind of stuff. That's what I'm looking at for this. Okay, what were the policies? So first is, what is communism? So basically the definition. Okay, what are the policies of Mao? And then tell me, were they good for China? Basically seeing what you have saw from this chart and then the 2 videos we watched, were his policies good? Okay, was he a good leader to China? Give you a hint, no. Okay, so go ahead and continue writing that kind of stuff with that mindset that you just need to answer what was happening with China, what was going on through these policies, and was it good for the people? Okay, all right, so that will take you to the end of this week. So we'll go back to here. You go ahead and turn it in right there. So turn in bell work right there, turn in the part 2 right there, and down here you can see you can turn in everything. So this is everything that's due for me this week. Okay, remember, all things are due not by the 27th but by the 4th. Okay, so I gotta go back, change up 4th by noon. All right, if you have any questions, you can always IM me or email me. Don't forget to do your attendance link for today. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.